Hi, my name is Dilly. Today I'm going to sit down with the popular logo creator Aces, aka Adrian. In this podcast, we will get to know more about how was the Roblox community and how it has changed over the past few years, and some awesome tips and tricks on how to get better at logo design and much more. Watch till the end to find out.
Hey, Jesus.
Yo,
What's up, dude?
what's good? What is good?
So you have been in this Roblox community for many years, even like big designers like Vexio are inspired by you. How do you
Yeah.
think the Roblox designer community has changed over the years?
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's a hard question. Uh, but I started like in 2014 with Albany or Vexio, and I kind of like I kind of learned off of him, and it was very basic back then, and we had like these I guess like thumbnails where we would show our prices, and it really changed like when I because last summer I decided like one time I told Albany that I wanted to get back into the community, and he told me good luck. And I didn't think it was that hard, so I didn't realize that everyone moved towards Twitter, and I had trouble like trying to get myself out there. But the community's changed like a lot. Like there's just so many new people, and it's really hard to get into the community now because there's just like so many talented designers. And there's it's not how popular you are, because there's definitely like a lot of smaller talented designers that aren't recognized currently, but they dedicate a lot of time to these things, and I like to see that. I dedicated a lot of time and I grew because of that. But yeah, the community's changed a lot, and it's crazy to see that. And I'm really like proud of the people that really make it out here.
Yeah. So like everyone's waiting for this question. Who inspired you to get into logos?
Oh my gosh, who inspired me? Oh my gosh. Okay. So at the start, uh, I think Edmund or Kodite inspired me because I saw his GFX comment videos back then, and I was like, oh, maybe I could do that. So I used to do GFX before, and it wasn't like my like expertise because I didn't really understand like Lightrooms and other stuff like that. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll try doing logos. And I saw a couple of GFX comment tutorials and some past experiences of mine that I did text. So I tried logos, and um
It worked for you.
yeah, it worked for me. And as I got better, I realized like, oh shit, I could do this. And I met like a ton of people too, like Purple, and um I saw Blades, dude. Oh my god, he was so good. And I looked at all his logos, and I remember telling Albany like, oh shit, dude, this guy is so good, and I'm charging more than him, and I don't feel like I can compete. But yeah, Blades, oh my god, he inspired me so much back then.
You with Vexio, you have this painterly style. What is your future goal with your style of logos?
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be completely honest. My style is not original. I literally look at Albany's all the time. but Albany likes to say he's better than, or no, he likes to say that I'm better than him in certain ways, or like we have different styles. But he's just being nice. I know he's better than me, and I don't really have a direction that I'm going with this style. It's more like um I want to make it like pop to myself. Like I want to look at it from a distance and say, "Wow, that's a really nice logo." And I don't know. I'm really getting into this painting style because of Albany. I don't know. He changed my whole vision of logos. Like I used to make like simple ass logos, but now like it's moving into like this drawing painting direction, and I didn't think I could do this before, but it's growing on me, and I'm having fun doing it.
So, in your logo career, did you ever felt burnt out?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, I think this was back in March. I was really, really burnt out. I was maybe working on like two logos per day, and I was really focused on how many commissions I was getting. And at that time, or when I look back at it now, I think that's really, really stupid because it's not about how many commissions you get, it's about how many you can do and the quality and consistency of them. And back then, I was just trying to produce bangers after bangers with the amount of commissions I was getting. And I really felt like that was hard for me because my quality, I kept doing the same thing over and over, and it just felt really repetitive. And that's why I got burnt out and I decided to take a small break. But yeah, I don't think people should take more commissions than they can actually handle.
Yep. So everyone like is begging for this question. On what criteria should a logo designer price his logos?
Well, like I said before, it's about consistency. So, say you make this really good logo and your next logo is completely different style. You should be able to adapt to what the customer wants. And if you can't, that means you shouldn't price your logos too high. It's more of if you can do it. And I see a lot of designers who price their work higher because, everyone wants to price their work higher to raise the market. And I mean, it's true in some cases, but like if you aren't a good designer or like not in a mean way, but if you're not as skilled as someone else, then I don't think that you should price it too high. It's more of as you learn more, you price higher, and overall just consistency. And if you can keep that style and make something out of it.
So you of course do painterly style, and there are many designers who are starting to get into that style. So what
Mm.
do you think they should focus on more before painting or drawing their logos?
Okay. Um, I think I think they should focus on their text. I think that's probably the most simple. It's the base of everything. Everyone starts off with the text when they're making the logo, and you should get the layer styles done. So, say you have the font, boom, done. You get that out of the way. Then you have the extrusion, which is the back, and you get that done. And then you have the shade. So you want to perfect shading before you get into anything else. Then after you perfect shading, you're going to get into the design inside your text, how you want your text to look. If you want to make it cartoony with like, reflections or realistic with light sources, that's what you should focus on first. And then you can move on to the more complex stuff, which is the painting and all that other stuff, because everyone wants to get better instantly. Everyone wants the money, the Robux, all that shit, but it's not something that you can get instantly. And I think a lot of upcoming small designers or younger designers, I mean, um, the money aspect is everything, and I think that they should focus more on actually learning. And I know it's hard; everyone wants to earn money, but that's just my advice. I think there's this Caps. Caps is really good for his age, and he's probably going to be better than Albany and I at one point when we like stop logos. But yeah, he's learning about all this stuff, and he's really good. That's all I have to say. Yeah.
So how do you personally structure a logo, and what are the important components a logo should have according to you?
Okay, so I usually start off with what I said before. I start off with the text layout. It's about like warping and like say like you want to space the the characters together. So I do that first and figure out the layout, and then I extrude it, and then basically I just start doing some doodles around the text and to like give myself a little creative freedom, and I just start detailing it after that. That's basically how I do all my logos. I don't really watch YouTube tutorials anymore because I'm very lazy. So I just observe other people's logos and just see what they do. They should have like I think the illustrations should complement the text rather than the illustrations overwhelming the text because you want the logo to be a logo, not some big giant drawing.
Okay, so the logo designing community is huge right now. So what do
Mhm.
you want small or starting logo designers to do that they don't really do?
Okay. So I see a lot of designers when they're putting like the extrusion, it's off center, and that kind of bothers me because I can see it like right off the bat. I think it's hard to see for a lot of people, but um, Photoshop has like this centering thing that automatically locks to the center, and I think they should utilize that more. Um, I think that's all. I think a lot of the smaller designers they're just learning really fast, and I'm really proud of that.
Rate these logos and tell them what they should do better.
Okay, so okay, let's see this. So he has this very nice background going on in the back, and I would not ever expect that to be a backplate for anything, but it's very interesting. Um, I think what AOK needs to work on is what he wants to do. I think um his are like unfinished drawings, and if he finishes them, it will be it would be a really perfect logo. He also needs to identify like what he wants to represent a lot of the times. I think like the black stuff on the NVS part, it's very hard to tell what that is. It could be particles, it could be just like crack, it could be whatever. But I think he has a good layer style going on. And his game's text is a very completely different perspective. But other than that, I think it's pretty good. He should just work on like finishing um his drawings. But it's overall really good. If you look at it from afar, it doesn't really matter. But just a tip, just you should detail it more. Um onto B10s. Okay. So B10 likes to do this light source from the top a lot of the times. He has like this light source on the T and the H, and then it like slowly disperses as it gets further away from the center, which is good. I do that as well. Um, well, I see this a lot on B10s. He does the outer stroke, and then he moves it down, which gives it a little highlight. So like on the top, you can see um, there's this white bevelish highlight to the top, and then on the lower parts, it also has that highlight, which is I think part of the stroke. Um, yeah, his text pretty good. I don't think Buddhist practices too much with experimentation on the text. I see like he has this paint splattered ish grunge texture. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I think he needs to work on that. His underline is a completely different perspective. I can't really tell what's going on with that. And he has some good shading on his items. It's just like the colors maybe sometimes he chooses, and his shadows, like where the knife is on the right on the end, it's too dark and the shape of the knife isn't very prevalent. The leaves look kind of flat, and the color of the leaves are very green. I don't know how to explain it, but it looks a little funky. But overall, I think that's odd. But this is pretty good. Or maybe 10. Okay. And then the last guy is Stud. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow, that actually that little thing above the hair combo looks like what I did for my loot quest, which maybe he got inspiration from. But I think that's pretty good because I did it, so it has to be good. No, I'm just playing. Um, the candy canes look kind of flat. I think he could do some shading on that. That I'm not sure if that's hair or not. Probably is hair because hair combo. On the store text, it looks like the hair is floating above store. I think he needs to do a little more work on the shading. His textiles are really good though. I like those. So yeah, I think that is all I have to say for him.
Okay.
Everyone's doing good. That's I'm just glad that like if I were to leave the scene, I wouldn't really be stressed about the quality of people's work. Like I could say that if I were to leave for a year and come back, I'm pretty sure people would fill in the spots because everyone's improving so fast.
So anything you want to say about the going underpricing situation?
Underpricing. So I think it only applies to um the really talented designers who say, "Oh my gosh, I'm getting so many commissions." A lot of people need to price their work according to their demand, and I think a lot of people lack that knowledge because everyone focuses on how many commissions they're getting, like I said before, and I think that's a problem. Like people tend to flex, like, "Oh, I have 10 commissions, I'm really popular right now," but they don't understand how much time that takes away from them and how mentally draining that can be. And I think that people should raise their prices based on their demand. And yeah, but if you are getting no demand, there's no reason to raise prices.
Do you think doing commission really breaks your creativity?
Um, doing commission. Well, I think that's a vague question because um doing commissions can bring out a lot of creativity unless the client specifies, I don't want you to do this or this, because you just got to do what the customer wants. A lot of the times when a customer tells me that I have creative freedom, then I just be really creative with it. And I think also depending on the group or game name, it can be very limiting. But it really depends on the situation.
Yep.
Okay, so there's a difference between tracing Roblox Studio stuff that I put in resources a long time ago, because you're basically copying the shape, but you're not copying like the detail on it, and you can modify that and everything, and that's fine. Like I think that should be okay because like it's not fully copying, but you're adding your little twist to it, adding texture, you're adding, reflections, that type of thing.
It's for the interview.
Yep.
Um, meet you next time, I guess. So anything you want to shout out or anyone you want to shout out?
Uh, Shout out to Albany, my fucking best friend, bruh. And then shout out to like all the people that manage Logoverse, because I'm just so lazy and yeah. Thank you though. I really appreciate like the interview.
Okay. So see you guys next time. Bye.
See you.